What if everything you've been chasing, success, recognition, constant busyness, was secretly stealing your focus? What if the real reason you feel stuck isn't that you're not doing enough, but that you're doing too much of what doesn't matter? Every scroll, every notification, every urgent task, they don't just steal your time. They quietly pull you away from the life you actually want to live. You're moving fast, but not forward. You're working harder, but feeling emptier. Somewhere along the way, you stopped choosing your path and started reacting to everything around you. This book, Focus on What Matters, is a wake-up call. A gentle yet powerful reminder that the problem isn't lack of time, it's lack of clarity. It teaches you how to silence the noise, reclaim your attention, and rebuild a life that feels purposeful, not pressured. Because once you begin to focus on what truly matters, everything else, success, peace, fulfillment, begins to naturally fall into place. Focus on What Matters is written by Darius Foroux, a productivity philosopher, writer, and entrepreneur best known for his clear, actionable approach to personal growth. He doesn't write from theory, he writes from experience. Years ago, Darius found himself living what looked like a successful life on the surface: busy days, endless goals, constant motion. But inside, he was exhausted, chasing progress without purpose. One quiet night, he asked himself a question that completely changed his direction. If I died tomorrow, would I be proud of how I spent today? That single question became the heartbeat of this book. It forced him to step back, simplify, and rediscover what actually matters: health, clarity, relationships, and meaningful work. Inspired by ancient Stoic wisdom from philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, Foroux turned those timeless principles into 70 short, powerful letters. Each letter acts like a compass, pointing you back toward focus, calm, and intention in the middle of a loud, fast world. But here's what makes this book different. It's not a lecture. It's not about hustling harder or adding more rules to your life. It's a mirror, one that reflects your habits, your distractions, and your hidden potential. It reminds you that your most valuable resources, time, energy, and attention, are quietly being spent every single day, whether you use them wisely or not. Every page of Focus on What Matters challenges you to pause, to think deeply, and to realign your life around what truly counts. So let's dive in. Here are the core lessons that can help you build focus, inner peace, and purpose, even in a world that never stops moving. Step 1. Control the controllable. Imagine if most of your stress could disappear, simply because you stop trying to control what you can't. That's the first lesson Darius Foroux wants you to understand. He reminds us that peace doesn't come from fixing everything around us. It comes from learning where our real power begins and where it ends. As he echoes the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, peace begins when we stop fighting the things we can't control. We often spend our energy worrying about how others behave, what they think, or how situations unfold. But no matter how hard we try, some things will always remain outside our reach. You can't control what people say about you, how the world changes, or the results of every decision. And when you fight those things, you don't gain control, you lose your calm. The shift begins when you turn your focus inward. You may not control the situation, but you always control your attitude, your effort, and your response. That's where your strength lives. Once you stop trying to control everything and start managing yourself, life becomes lighter. You realize that not everything needs your reaction, and not every situation deserves your energy. Here's something simple yet powerful you can try. When stress hits, pause and ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. But if the answer is yes, act on it calmly and intentionally. This mindset doesn't just reduce stress, it transforms it into focus. Because when your energy is directed toward what you can truly influence, progress naturally follows. In the end, control isn't about changing people or forcing outcomes. It's about staying grounded when everything around you feels uncertain. You might not control the storm, but you can always adjust your sails. And that's where real peace begins. Not from the world outside, but from the calm you build within yourself. Step 2. Do less, but better. We don't burn out because we're weak. We burn out because we're scattered. Most of us confuse being busy with being productive. We chase every opportunity, say yes to everything, and end up running in circles. The more we try to do, the less progress we actually make. Darius Foroux captures this perfectly. If you chase 2 rabbits, you lose both. The truth is, doing everything means mastering nothing. Real growth comes from focus, from giving your best energy to what truly matters. When you spread yourself too thin, even your strongest effort gets diluted. Instead of trying to do it all, slow down and simplify. Ask yourself what really deserves your time and attention right now. Foroux suggests choosing just 3 main priorities for the next 90 days. the things that genuinely move your life forward. Once you know them, protect them. Say no to the noise that doesn't align with them. Every morning ask, what one thing would make today meaningful if I finished it? That question helps you refocus and spend your energy with intention, not impulse. Because focus isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most, and doing it well. When you choose quality over quantity, your work feels lighter, your mind clearer, and your results stronger. Doing less doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're finally choosing what's worth giving your best to. Step 3. Simplify your environment. Simplify your mind. Clutter isn't just in your room. It's in your head. We often underestimate how much our surroundings affect our thoughts. The truth is, mental clarity begins with physical simplicity. When your space is chaotic, your mind mirrors that chaos. But when your environment is calm and intentional, your focus naturally deepens. Darius Foroux discovered this firsthand. He once decided to delete nearly 90% of his digital files. Old photos, documents, and apps he no longer needed. What happened next surprised him. With less digital clutter, his creativity returned. His mind felt lighter. He realized that the more space he created around him, the more freedom he felt within. That's the essence of simplicity. Every unnecessary thing you remove from your life gives you a little more peace back. Whether it's a messy desk, an overloaded phone, or a packed schedule, clutter steals your attention in quiet, invisible ways. To reclaim that attention, Foroux suggests starting small. Once a week, choose one area to declutter: your workspace, your phone, or even your calendar. Let go of one thing that drains your energy, whether it's a pointless meeting, a toxic habit, or a digital distraction. Then replace it with something that restores your calm, like journaling, reading, or simply walking in silence. This isn't about becoming minimalistic for the sake of it. It's about creating room for clarity, creativity, and peace. Because the less noise you have around you, the more you can hear your own thoughts. When you clear space, both physical and mental, focus naturally fills it. Step 4. Build systems, not motivation. Motivation gets you started, but systems keep you going. Because success isn't about how you feel. It's about what you do consistently. Most of us wait for that perfect moment when we finally feel ready, inspired, or full of energy. But that feeling rarely lasts. Darius Foroux reminds us that professionals don't depend on motivation. They depend on systems. Motivation is like fuel. It burns fast and runs out quickly. Systems, on the other hand, are like engines, steady, reliable, and built to last. When you rely on motivation, you move only when you feel like it. But when you rely on systems, you move no matter what. That's the mindset shift Foroux emphasizes. Don't chase energy. Design routines that don't depend on it. Set fixed times for your most important habits, like reading before bed or exercising every morning. These routines remove overthinking and create a rhythm your mind begins to trust. You can also automate small choices. Prepare your clothes the night before, plan your meals once a week, or schedule time for deep work. The fewer decisions you make daily, the more energy you save for what truly matters. Foroux also suggests tracking your habits weekly, not to be perfect, but to stay consistent. Miss a day? No problem. What matters is returning to your system, not losing it altogether. In time, you'll realize that discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Freedom from indecision, distraction, and mental clutter. Because when your actions are guided by structure, not feelings, progress becomes automatic. Motivation may start the journey, but systems are what carry you to the finish line. Step 5. Turn setbacks into lessons. Every failure hides a gift, if you're willing to unwrap it, because what feels like the end is often the beginning of something wiser. Failure is one of life's best teachers, but only if you choose to listen. Darius Foroux shares how one of his biggest failures, a startup that completely collapsed, left him broke, frustrated, and unsure of what to do next. For weeks he felt lost, but instead of quitting or blaming himself, he decided to treat that failure as a lesson. That decision changed everything. The same experience that once felt like the end became the starting point of his next chapter, the birth of his writing career, and his successful business that followed. He realized that setbacks aren't punishments. They're training grounds for resilience and wisdom. Foroux reminds us that mistakes are a kind of tuition fee. They cost us time, energy, or comfort, but they also educate us in ways success never could. Every challenge teaches something valuable, but you only receive that wisdom if you reflect on it. So after each setback, instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What did this teach me?" Write down one simple takeaway, something you can carry forward. Maybe it's learning to plan better, trust less, or stay patient. Whatever it is, make it part of your growth story. not your guilt story. Resilience isn't about pretending things don't hurt. It's about learning faster from the pain and using it as fuel to move forward. When you see your failures as lessons, they stop being walls and start becoming stepping stones. In time, you'll notice that every disappointment had a reason, and every loss shaped a stronger version of you. Because life doesn't test you to break you, it tests you to build you. Step 6. Live in the present moment. You're not missing out on life. Life is missing you while you're distracted. The more we chase the future or replay the past, the further we drift from the only thing that's real, now. In a world full of noise and notifications, being present has become rare. Darius Foroux reminds us that we spend most of our time either planning what's next or regretting what's gone, and in doing so, we forget to live the moment we're actually in. He captures it perfectly when he writes, "Life happens between your first coffee and your last message. That's where your real life unfolds, not in grand plans or distant dreams, but in the quiet, ordinary moments that pass by unnoticed. The sound of rain, the warmth of sunlight, a deep breath, these are the simple pieces that make life whole. Yet we miss them because we're too busy scrolling, thinking, or worrying." Foroux encourages readers to reclaim their presence, to stop existing on autopilot. One simple way to start is through what he calls a presence ritual. Once a day, pause everything. No phone, no music, no distraction. Just 1 minute of silence. Breathe deeply. Feel your surroundings. The air, the sounds, the colors, the stillness. The simple act grounds you. It reminds your mind that you're not behind in life. You're right here, where life is happening. When you practice awareness, gratitude follows naturally. You begin to notice how much you already have and how little you actually need. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the past or future. It means balancing them, learning from yesterday, planning for tomorrow, but living today. Because the truth is, you can't focus on what matters if you're never fully here. The moment you stop rushing through life, you realize everything you were chasing was already in front of you. Step 7. Redefine success. If your definition of success comes from others, so will your regrets. Because the life you're chasing might not even be the life you want. We grow up surrounded by borrowed dreams, grades, jobs, money, followers, approval. Society quietly teaches us that success means achieving more. But Darius Foroux invites us to pause and ask a deeper question. What does success mean to me? Foroux argues that true wealth has little to do with status or possessions. Real success is measured in time, peace, and freedom. The ability to live in alignment with your values, to wake up without anxiety, and to spend your days on what truly matters. Many people spend their lives climbing ladders only to realize they were leaning against the wrong wall. They achieve everything they thought they wanted, yet feel empty. That's because they were living by someone else's definition of success, chasing goals that didn't belong to them. To change that, Foroux suggests creating a success statement. Write one clear sentence that defines what a good life looks like for you. Maybe it's freedom over fame, peace over pressure, depth over display. Once you define that truth, use it as a compass. Then evaluate your current goals honestly. Do they move you closer to that version of success or further away? If not, adjust without hesitation. Let go of what no longer fits. Growth often requires saying no to what once looked impressive. Because real success isn't about keeping up. It's about slowing down enough to live on your own terms. Foroux reminds us that the day you stop copying others' goals is the day you start living your own. When you define success by peace instead of pressure, by meaning instead of metrics, your life begins to align with who you truly are. And that's the moment you stop chasing happiness because you finally built it. The silent revolution. Darius shares his own transformation. A man who once measured his worth by achievements, only to realize he was chasing noise. By slowing down, saying no more often, and simplifying his days, he found clarity and built a meaningful life, one that felt peaceful, not pressured. He calls it the silent revolution, focusing on less, but feeling more alive than ever. Why it matters to you. Because your time and focus are limited. Every moment spent on what doesn't matter is a moment stolen from what does. Your peace, your dreams, your people. You don't need more motivation. You need more clarity. When you protect your attention, you protect your life. Start today, not someday. Pick one area of your life to refocus. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me right now? Then give your best energy to that. Because when you focus on what matters, everything else starts to fall into place.